This episode starts from the same place where the last episode ended. Jian and Ning are looking at the gifts in their hands. Just then, suddenly, the doorbell rings. Ning checks the intercom and sees that outside Seojin is standing, and he is the landlord of this house. The moment she sees him, Ning gets nervous. Jian moves forward to open the door, but Ning immediately stops him. She quickly takes him inside the room and slowly says, "Please, not 10 minutes, not even 5 minutes. Do not say anything. Just stay quiet." Saying this, she goes outside. Jian cannot understand what is happening. Ning also takes Wooju inside and puts him into Jian's hand. Then she quickly starts hiding all the toys lying in the room. Jian silently keeps watching her doing all that. After some time, Ning opens the door and with fake surprise says, "Sir, you are here?" Wooju is also watching all this. Seojin comes inside and says, "Ning, you live here?" So Ning invites him inside and asks, "Are you the owner of this place?" Seojin replies in a calm voice, "Yes." Hearing this, Jian starts thinking, is this the same man who always made Ning work overtime? Because of whom she used to stay worried. Wooju also cannot understand what is going on. Ning again and again stands in front of Wooju's things so that Seojin cannot see them, but Seojin picks up a bunny toy and asks, "What is this?" Just then, Wooju sees the toy and comes outside and says, "Give me my bunny." As soon as Jian comes outside to handle Wooju, his foot slips on a toy, and he falls directly in front of Seojin. Seeing this, Seojin becomes even more shocked. The whole atmosphere becomes completely silent for a few seconds. Seojin asks in a serious voice, "Ning, what is all this going on?" Ning nervously says, "Let us go outside. We should talk outside." Seojin gives the bunny back to Wooju and starts going outside. Ning turns and says to Jian, "Can you handle Wooju for a minute?" And she goes outside with Seojin. Inside, Jian mutters that this was very bad with me. My whole respect got destroyed. Outside, Ning tells Seojin everything who Wooju is and who Jian is. Seojin listens carefully and says, "This must have been difficult for you." Ning slowly replies, "Yes, but it is better than living alone. For Wooju and for me also." Seojin asks, "Can I help in any way?" Ning shakes her head and says, "No, I am fine." Seojin says, "I think you should take some rest first. You have been working continuously, and this morning also I suddenly surprised you by coming here." Ning hesitates and says, "Seojin, please forgive me for lying to you. I should not have lied about my house." Seojin calmly says, "It is okay. Maybe I have become such a person that you felt the need to hide things from me." Hearing this, Ning cannot say anything. After some time, she comes back inside the house, but Jian turns his face away from her. He is cleaning the ramen that had fallen in the kitchen because, while falling, it had also spilled. Ning sits near him and slowly says, "Forgive me. I got a little nervous. That is why this happened." Jian says nothing. She again asks, "Are you okay? Did you get hurt?" But Jian is still silent. Now Ning says in slight anger, "I know you are upset, but when someone says sorry, at least you should say something." Jian replies in a cold voice, "Sorry for what? For pushing me and Wooju inside the room when your first love came? As if we both were a burden." He further says, "And yes, at that time you were not busy in work when Wooju got hurt and I was calling you. You were busy in bringing your first love back." Ning immediately says, "No, I told you I was busy in work." Jian speaks in a sharp tone, "Really? That is why you could not say even one word in front of him. Do you feel ashamed to raise a child in front of your first love?" Ning answers firmly, "Do not say such thing. I am not ashamed of raising Wooju." Jian immediately says, "Then were you ashamed of me?" Ning irritated says, "Why are you taking every word in the wrong way?" Then, tired, she says, "Leave it. Nothing will change by talking more." In the next scene, Jian goes to his room. Ning mutters, "What is his problem?" On the other hand, Jian looks at his injury. He lies down on the bed and thinks, "Today was a very embarrassing day for me." In the next scene, Jian is with his friends. The friends say, "We know why you are so angry. It is because of that girl you are living with, right?" Jian says in irritation, "Keep quiet. And when will my house be completed? Taking the child everywhere with me is such a tiring job. Living in that cheap place with that girl is now making me angry all the time." A friend asks, "Why?" He says, "Today I had to meet her first love." Hearing this, everyone gets shocked. At the same time, a message from Amija comes. "You left without editing the photo." On the other hand, Ning is looking at items in a store. She says to Kai, "We live in the same house, but we both cannot always stay this awkward. What should I do?" Kia thinks and says, "I am starting to doubt your roommate." Ning gets surprised. "What do you mean?" Kia says, "Maybe he got upset because you hit him, but he slipped and fell in front of everyone, so he became more embarrassed. But why was he so angry at you?" Then suddenly she says, "Oh no. What if because of that night he has started seeing you like his wife?" Ning gets nervous. "Shut up. Are you crazy? I told you not to read too many romantic novels. We are not like that at all. In the next scene, while going to the office, Seojin is seen coming from the front. Ning quickly goes into another room. Seojin walks ahead without seeing her. She sits down and holds her forehead. A colleague comes and asks, "What happened?" She controls herself and says, "I just came back from the library." He says, "Okay, come to the meeting." In the meeting, Seojin says, "Now all of you are seeing the main needs of the global market. They want a strong story for every product. So we will work on visuals with an outside advertising company." The assistant says, "But sir, the list was already finalized." Seojin replies, "I have already contacted them and sent the proposal. After confirmation, I will give an update." After the meeting, he stops Ning and says, "I want you to represent the story. Your story on K-food in the global market was good. You prepare the timeline." She says, "Okay," and leave. On the other side, in Amija's office, her manager says, "I do not understand anything. Did the great Amija really mention Jian in the interview?" Amija says calmly, "You know I do not like to stop in between work." The manager says, "Have you ever taken my name? We have worked together for so many years." Amija says, "Congratulations on your retirement. You are finally free from me. I am working with Jian. Are you not happy?" The manager laughs and says, "I am very happy." "Then thanks. Where should I go?" Amija says, "Book your ticket for 1 month. Do the handover properly, and till now you have not signed the divorce papers." The manager says, "After tolerating you for 20 years, you think I will sign? I want to share in the property and the house also." Amija calmly says, "Then book a ticket for 1 year. The case will run long." The manager immediately takes out his phone. "About that court name, do not meet him again." Amija smiles and says, "Fine, sign it. I will not meet." Just then, Jian comes inside. Amija asks, "You did not bring the baby today?" He says, "I left him with friends for some time." Amija says, "You are very brave. You left your camera and film and went away. What were you thinking, that I will edit it?" Jian apologizes. Amija says, "I already saw them. Do you think this is some baby photo studio?" Then she shows some photos. Wooju sitting on a big chair. She says, "You were chosen because of this shot. Working with film gives time. You wait. You imagine how the picture will look. That is what makes it interesting. Your shots were beautiful." Jian says with a slight smile, "I am not good at waiting. That is why I do not work with film. It is not in my control." Amija shows him Ning's photo and says, "Then what is this? Is she your wife or girlfriend?" Jian immediately says strictly, "No, never." Amija smiles and says, "People say the stronger the denial, the more true it is." Jian again says, "No, this is absolutely not true." Amija gives him the new project file and says, "Look at this, the way you shot the baby. Do some magic like that in this will be your first project, and this will be your salary." A slight happiness comes on Jian's face. In the next scene, while returning, Jian is going home with Wooju. He remembers Amiju's words, "Lenses never lie. The effort you put in the shot shows your feelings." Such moments do not come without love, because the camera expresses your emotion. He immediately shakes his head. "No, no love. That too with that girl, never." Then he says to Wooju, "Come on. We have to fix many things with your aunt." On the other hand, Ning is also thinking on her own. How should I fix everything with Jian? Should I say sorry first? Just then, Kia calls her. "Shall we go camping tomorrow?" Ning gets surprised. "Camping?" Kia says with excitement. "The weather is good. We will let the kids roam freely. Everyone will feel fresh." Ning thinks a little. Then she agrees. After coming home, she starts packing things. She keeps extra pampers for Wooju so that there will be no problem. Then her eyes go towards Jian's door. She stands there for a few moments. Then she knocks. Jian opens the door. Ning wants to say something but stays quiet. Jian says, "What is it?" "Say it." She hesitates and says, "Will you come camping with us?" Jian gets a little surprised. Suddenly, "How?" Ning explains, "The day is good. I thought it would be right to take Wooju outside. And you remember the doctor's words, he needs extra care." Jian thinks for a few moments and says, "Okay." Relief comes on Ning's face, but Jian immediately adds, "I had said I am going. You do not trust me, and now camping." Ning says with slight annoyance, "Again you are talking like this. Everything is set. We will go, enjoy, and come back." Jian slowly asks, "Means we will not be only 3? In the next scene, Jian is sitting troubled among children. There is noise everywhere. He says, "Ning, you did not tell me that there will be so many children." Ning smiles and says, "Have some patience. It will be fun there." After reaching the park, Jian and Ning try to set up the tent, but both of them do not know properly how to fix the tent. Then a father of another child standing nearby, Lee Byum, quickly assembles the tent. Ning says with slight complaint, "You had said you know it, that you can set a tent for 24 people in 5 minutes. Jian immediately gives an excuse. there is a problem in this tent. It is defective. Lee Byum smiles and asks, should I help? Jian says, no, you play with the children. Finally, their tent gets ready. Woo Ju also comes running to them, but just then Byum's children come running. They hit the tent, and the whole tent falls down. The children run away laughing. Somehow, both of them again make everything ready. Jian holds his back and says, today my back is broken. Ning comes near him, gives him a beer, and smiling says, good job. Jian takes a sip and says, I realized something. Ning asks, what? He replies straight, I hate camping. Ning laughs lightly and says, still, look how happy Wooju is. Both of them look at Wooju. He is playing carefreely with other children. Seeing him, an unknown smile comes on both of their faces. Ning wants to look at Jian from the side glance, and Jian also seems like he wants to say something, but both stay quiet. Suddenly, both speak together, listen, and then stop. Ning says, okay, you say. After thinking a lot, Jian says, about yesterday, but suddenly Byum's voice comes, Wooju is poop. Ning immediately stands up and goes. Jian makes a face and says, what timing? Just then, Byum's daughter comes near him and says, uncle, will you take my picture? I want to send it to my boyfriend. Jian says in surprise, at this age, you have a boyfriend. The little girl seriously nods her head. Jian laughs and goes with her and starts taking her picture. Meanwhile, Ning comes back with Wooju. Jian is taking pictures of children. Then he also makes video. There is laughter and noise everywhere. Everyone is enjoying. After some time, Jian gets tired and goes inside the tent and lies down. Just then, the phone rings. He checks his phone, but the call is coming on Ning's phone. He picks up the phone. On the screen, the name shows Seojin. Jian takes the phone to give to Ning, but as soon as he goes near, he hears Kia's voice. Kia is saying, at first, I thought you both are a couple or cousin. I never thought he is not your relative. Ning immediately says, dating? No, never. Kia again asks, do you both never have problems? Ning says in a slow voice, yes, we do. In many things we did not agree, but what can I do? Anyway, we are not actually family, and he will soon leave the house. Then I will have to raise Wooju alone. Hearing all this, Jian's face changes. The phone is still in his hand. He stands there for a few moments. Then, without saying anything, he turns and leaves. On the other side, Lee Byum is doing barbecue. Ning is looking around. Kia asks, what happened? Wooju's uncle is not visible. Just then, Jian comes there. Ning calls him, but he deliberately ignores her. Ning slowly says, maybe he did not hear. She takes a plate of meat and goes near him and asks, did something happen? Jian says in a cold voice, no. Ning again says, at least eat something. It is made very well. Jian clearly refuses, I do not want to eat. Why? I said I do not want to eat. Ning insists, take one bite, and she herself starts feeding him. Jian tries to move her hand aside, but at that moment, his hand hits the plate, and the whole plate falls down. All the meat spreads on the ground. The people standing nearby get shocked. Ning gets angry. She says, why are you behaving like this? Jian says, I told you I am not eating. Ning, controlling herself, says, okay, I am sorry. I was bothering you, and she leaves from there. The other people keep looking at Jian. Jian starts collecting the fallen food so that he can throw it into the dustbin. On the other hand, Ning's heart is filled with anger. She thinks, I do not know what went wrong with him. Such good meat was there, and everything got spoiled. He had thought that everyone would enjoy together here. But no, just then her phone rings. The call is from Seojin. Seojin says that he did not receive the mail. Maybe they sent it to you. Ning says, yes, I will forward it. She immediately forwards the email. At the same time, she tells him that she has come camping with Wooju, but because of network problems, the voice is not coming clearly. Seojin says, your voice is not clear at all. Ning says, okay, I will go a little up to higher ground. She moves toward the height, but soon it becomes clear that she has chosen the wrong path. Night darkness starts getting deeper. On the other hand, Kai comes to Jian and asks, where is Ning? Jian says, how would I know? You call her. Kai says, her phone is not connecting. It is coming off, and I think you were a little harsh with her during the day. Jian stays silent. Kai further says, Ning thinks very good about you. Jian says in a slow voice, I know what she thinks. I heard everything. Kai explains, maybe you did not hear completely. She knows that you are going to move out, and she is very sad about this. Jian's facial expression changes. We see a flashback in which Ning says, yes, in the beginning everything felt very awkward. Even I had doubts about how a man and a woman can live under one roof. But both of us love Wooju very much. Now that he is going to leave, I will miss him a lot. He made my work very easy, and he also said that when he leaves from here, he will never see Wooju and me again. But he is a very good person by heart. Yes, he complains a lot, but I understand him. Kai looks at Jian and says, why do you not understand Ning? You dropped the plate like that. Jian listens quietly. Then he says, please take care of Wooju, I am coming, and keeps calling Ning. He immediately runs. He goes out to search for Ning, but he does not find her anywhere. Jian moves toward the forest and shouts loudly, Ning. Then, from the front, a weak voice comes. Jian moves ahead and sees that Ning is stuck in a pit. Thank God you came. For a moment, both take deep breaths. Jian helps her to come out, but as soon as she comes out, he finds out that her ankle is injured. At the same time, lightning strikes and heavy rain starts. Both stop in a nearby small wooden shelter. Jian immediately calls Kai and tells her, take care of Wooju. We will come after some time. After ending the call, he bends toward Ning's foot and asks, show me where it is hurt. Ning says in pain that the ankle twisted a little and the knee also got hurt. Jian blows lightly on it. Ning shivers in pain. For a moment, their eyes meet. Jian says, we will go to the hospital later. Ning shakes her head and says, no, it is not that serious. After some silence, Ning slowly says, thank you for coming to find me. I was very scared, but when I heard your voice, I felt relief. Jian says with a slight smile, even if you heard your worst enemy's voice, it would still feel good. You were stuck there. Ning says a little angrily, you cannot even accept a simple thank you properly. You never let an emotional moment last. Both smile lightly. Ning looks at him and says, you do not like rainy days, right? You are completely wet. Jian says, I do not like this kind of rain. Getting wet is not the problem, but my life has been opposite of yours. When it rained for you, your sister used to come and take care of you. When rain came in my life, I waited for someone, but that person never came. I kept hoping because I was innocent. He could not become a good brother. Some moments of silence spread. Then Jian says, come on, the rain has become a little less. Let us go back. Ning looks at him and slowly says, I cannot promise that I will be perfect every time, but whenever it rains and you need me, call me. I will definitely come. I will be your umbrella. Jian keeps looking at her quietly. Then, without saying anything, he lifts her on his back and starts walking. Ning laughs lightly and says, do not say that I am heavy or there will be a big clash. Jian immediately replies that you should eat properly. You have no weight at all. If wind comes, you will fly away, and do not move your hands like that or I will drop. She says, no, sorry. While walking, Ning slowly asks, are we friends? Do friends fight like this and then later make up? Or are we family or even more close than that? Jian stops a little. If not, should I put you down? If we are not even friends, then why am I carrying you? He smiles slightly and says, okay. We are friends. Both move ahead smiling. Ning slowly says, I am missing Wooju a lot. After some time, both reach Kai and tell her that they are going back home. Kai asks, how will you go? Jian says, I have booked a taxi. In the taxi, Jian shows Wooju the outside world. He says, look, there is light. Look, there is a building. Like that, he tries to engage the child. Ning quietly keeps looking at Jian. After reaching home, Jian says, we should go to the hospital. Ning says emergency will cost a lot of money. Jian says, now we will not talk to each other in a formal way, okay? Just then, someone appears at the door. It is Seojin. He says, your phone suddenly got cut. I got worried, so I came. Ning says, sorry, one incident happened. Seojin sees the injury on her knee. Ning immediately says to Jian, you take Wooju inside. Jian goes inside with the child, but from upstairs he keeps watching what is happening below. Meanwhile, Seojin says there was rainwater. It can cause infection. Let us go to the hospital. Both get treatment in emergency and come back. While coming home, Ning says, I have just come to emergency 2 times. I hope I do not have to come a 3rd time. She slowly says, thank you for paying the expenses. Seojin smiles and says, thank you for what? Let us go to a restaurant tomorrow. We will talk about product also, and you can give me a treat. Ning laughs. She also shows Wooju's photo. On the other hand, at home, Jian cannot sleep. Why is it taking so much time? She has not come yet. After some time, Ning comes home. Wooju has already slept. The whole house is clean. Next morning, Jian's health becomes bad. He is coughing, but still he wakes up because it has become quite late. When he comes outside, he sees Ning getting ready and also making Wooju ready. He asks, are you going somewhere? She says, yes, for lunch. With whom? With Seojin, the manager. We will also discuss work and also have lunch. Why are you taking the baby? On weekend, baby duty is mine. Okay. You rest. Just then, Jian coughs loudly. Your health is bad. You got wet in rain yesterday. I will become fine by myself. Shall we go to the hospital? No, there is medicine in the first aid kit. Ning stops while opening the door. As soon as lunch finishes, I will come back quickly. Outside, Seojin is standing. How is your leg? Then, smiling, he says, I have something. He takes out a toy. Not for you, for Wooju. Wooju becomes happy. Ning looks at him, and from the upstairs balcony Jian is quietly watching all this. As soon as Ning sits in the car, she smiles and says to Seojin, "Did you also bring a baby seat?" Seojin replies, "It is borrowed. By the way, how many years old is Wooju?" 21 months. He is not shy at all and very cute. So that baby does not get scared of me. Today I did not wear a suit. I wore casual clothes like college day. Ning smiles lightly. Seojin asks, "Why are you smiling? You knew, right? In college, I was very popular. On Valentine's Day, my locker used to stay full. And see, after 7 years we are meeting." Both reach the restaurant. Seojin has already come with planning. This food for baby and this for us. Ning asks in surprise, "You already planned everything?" "The chef here knows me. He orders good dishes." Ning looks impressed. "We can also work on proposal together," Seojin says casually. He keeps looking at Ning, how she is feeding Wooju, how she is smiling. Ning asks, "What are you looking like this?" Seojin says, "It feels strange. In 7 years, many things change. Not in the wrong way, in a good way. By the way, can I come close to you again? Like before?" Ning becomes a little uncomfortable. "You are transparent. From your expression, everything is known. Baby is also smart." Just then, Wooju speaks. "I am smart. I am smart." Both laugh. On the other hand, Jian, at home alone, is eating ramen. On the clock, it is 3:15. He thinks she has not come till now. Just then, downstairs neighbor Kai's daughter sends yesterday's camping photo. Jian sees those photos. Wooju and Ning's pictures have come very cute. He remembers Amiju's word. Lenses do not lie. If there is affection in the heart, then it shows in the shot. He smiles, but his health is getting worse. He gets high fever. Meanwhile, Ning calls again and again, but the phone is on silent. Jian cannot pick. Ning becomes worried. Seojin is looking at dessert places. Where will a good sweet dish be found for the baby? Just then, Ning says, "I have to go." He is not picking the phone. Maybe he is sick. Seojin says, "I also saw a dessert plate." Ning shakes her head. "I have to go." In flashback-style narration, it is shown Jian, after rain, often becomes sick. Since childhood, whenever he was sick, there was no one to take care of him properly. Night has happened. Jian gets little consciousness. He sits up. He looks to the side. Ning, while sitting there only, has fallen asleep. Near her, water and cloth are kept to reduce fever. Jian looks at her with loving eye. Just then, Ning wakes up. "Are you okay? You had very high fever. I was about to call an ambulance. Will you go to the hospital?" Jian slowly asks, "Why were you so late? You know, right? I do not like to wait for someone." Ning keeps looking at him. Jian's voice becomes soft. Jian says to Ning, "I like you. That is why I wait so much. I never waited this much for anyone. You are my everything. Anyway, the ones for whom I waited never returned home." Ning cannot say anything. Just then, the doorbell rings. She quickly goes outside. Their neighbor is standing. He gives vegetables and says, "You are raising one child. You will need these things. My mother is becoming old. She cooks more food, so I am giving. If you do not want, I will throw." Ning quickly takes the thing. "No, no, I will eat." The neighbor, smiling, asks, "Wooju slept. Where is my cutie baby?" Then he himself slowly says, "Okay, he slept. I should stay quiet." Just then, Jian comes outside and asks, "Why are you wearing sunglasses inside the room?" The neighbor says, "Palm's wife told that you people are not a couple. You are in-laws, so do not act too smart." Jian sighs and says, "Oh no. In this villa, nothing can stay secret." Just then, Ning comes inside and almost collides with Jian. The neighbor asks, "What is going on between you two?" Ning quickly says, "Nothing. You are misunderstanding." The neighbor says, "Then why so much tension?" Ning quickly sends him away. As soon as the door closes, Jian starts muttering. He was supposed to come by now. Then he stops and thinks, "Did I really say all that to Ning?" He goes into the washroom and washes his face. When he comes back, he sees Ning and Wooju both are sleeping. He slowly says, "At least sleep properly." Then he closes the curtains so that sunlight does not come inside. He sits near and keeps looking at Ning. Flashback is shown. Ning was trying to reduce Jian's fever with a cloth. She was saying, "Your health was so bad, and you did not even stop." In sleep, Jian murmurs, "When I ask people to stay, they leave." Ning says, "I am not going anywhere." In the present, Jian smiles lightly. He slowly says, "Thank you for taking care of me." After some time, when he comes outside, he sees Ning is cooking food. She tastes it, and her mouth gets burned. Jian immediately gives water. "Are you okay? Why are you doing in such a hurry?" Ning says, "I have to go to the office early. I have made porridge. Eat it and leave Wooju at Bomb's place." Jian asks, "Did you eat anything?" "No, I will eat in the office." She leaves. As soon as she goes outside, she remembers Jian's word. "I like you." Her heart starts beating fast. She says to herself, "Why is my heart beating so fast?" Just then, a call comes from the child care center. The lady there says, One seat is empty. Ning becomes happy. When can you come? Even if you get late today, bring him today so that he can meet other children and adjust. Ning says, okay, I will think about coming today and inform you. After the call ends, she thinks, I should tell this to Jian. Then she stops herself. No, calling right now will be hurry. On the other hand, at home, Jian is eating porridge. Wooju is looking at him carefully. Jian says, these puppy eyes will not work. You already ate. I am not going to feed more. Then, after stopping a little, he says, this never happened with me that I am sick and someone makes porridge for me. Suddenly, a thought comes in his mind. Did she leave without eating because of me? Is staying with me so difficult? Just then, Ning's message comes. Can you leave Wooju at childcare before I come? I already put waiting for seat. I am sending you address. Jian looks at Wooju and says he is so small. Is it right to send him? Still, he starts getting Wooju ready. He makes him wear sock, but Wooju removes sock. Jian gets tired and says, only in getting ready. 30 minutes got finished. After some time, he takes Wooju and reaches the child care center. The caretaker, smiling, says, oh, you are Wooju, right? You came? Wooju does greeting. The caretaker asks, are you Wooju's dad? Jian immediately says, do you really think I am his father? I am only his uncle. She smiles and says, okay, please write your emergency number here. Jian gives his number. He looks at Wooju. Wooju is also looking at him innocently. The caretaker says, before going, tell Wooju that you have work and you will come back soon so that he feels you will return and he does not become sad. Jian goes inside. There are many children there. Tears come into his eyes. He remembers his childhood, when he was small and kept waiting for his elder brother. Wooju comes near him. His heart melts. Still controlling himself, he says, Wooju, I have to earn money for your food and diaper. So you stay here. Play with your friend. Then I and your aunt will come to take you, okay? Wooju hugs him. Jian's heart melts more, but keeping stone on his heart, he comes outside. He again and again turns back and looks at the center. He thinks, what is happening? Why am I feeling so restless? He messages Ning. I left him at care center. But instead of sending Wooju's photo, he sends his own photo. Immediately, he says, what did I do? But till then, Ning has seen the photo. Kai also sees the photo and says, what is going on between you two? Without telling me, you both are dating. Ning says, someone told me that he likes me. Kai gets shocked and says, did he really say that? Ning slowly says, yes, but maybe it was because of medicine. He had high fever. Kai shakes her head and says, this is not my answer. I want to know your feeling. By the way, was senior Seojin your first love? Ning says yes. Kai says, from his behavior, it looks like he still cares about you. Ning replies, he was always like this. Kai again asks, but what about Jian? Did he ever make you feel something different? Ning remembers those moments when Jian searched her in the forest and saved her, cooked food for her, brought umbrella in rain. Ning slowly says, he cares for me a lot. Kai smiles and says, if you are thinking so much about him. Kai smiles and says, then why are you stopping yourself? Just say yes. Ning slowly says, but I have never seen him in that way. Kai replies, then try to see him that way. You live with a man who cares so much for you. Do you not feel anything for him? How is this possible? Until your heart stays stuck with your senior, how will you feel something new? Ning clearly says, my heart is only with Wooju and my work and nowhere else. Kai laughs lightly and says, time will tell. On the other hand, Jian sees the message. He thinks she has seen the message. Then why did she not reply? In the next scene, a meeting is going on. Seojin says, the global market has shown interest in Kpop. This is a result of years of hard work. This means we will have to preserve raw materials in better way. After the meeting, Seojin says to Ning, at this time, there will be traffic on road. What do you think? Shall we go for a little walk? Both reach a restaurant. Seojin orders many dishes. Both enjoy the food. Ning says, I cannot believe that you still remember my choice. Seojin, smiling, says, this drink is available here only in season. Whenever I come here, I surely drink it, and after college, I did not have any girlfriend. Ning immediately says, do not lie. Seojin says, I am telling the truth. Ning, with a light smile, says, you are so smart, tall, and handsome. Do not lie. Seojin, laughing, says, and tell more. Ning says, you always mess with me. I end up saying things I do not want to say. Seojin smiles and then asks, how is Wooju? Ning replies, he is good. Today he went to child care first time. Seojin says, that is good. Now you will be able to rest a little. Ning says, I could not manage all this without Jian. Seojin immediately asks, that means now you are not living with him? Ning explains, we only plan to live together for 1 month. Seojin smiles lightly and says, it feels good to know this. Ning asks, what do you mean? Seojin says, it felt a little strange knowing that you were living with some man. On the other side, in Film Pluto Studios, manager Amiju's husband says to Jian, If Amija does not say anything, then understand that something is cooking in her mind. At that time, staying quiet is better. She teaches through mistakes, so you will have to handle her. And about food, she stays very serious. Every half hour, do not forget to give her vitamins A, B, C, D, and E. Jian says in surprise, what is all this? Am I going to become her assistant or cook? The manager, laughing, says, you will have to bear all this. Jian seriously says, okay, I will bear it. The manager explains, I am telling all this so that there is no issue in your work and you can manage properly. Jian nods and says, okay, I will try my best. This is my last chance. In the next scene, we see the studio. Jian is shooting. Camera is in his hand. His eyes are completely in focus. Now he is not hesitant like before. He is taking every frame after thinking properly. Standing behind the lens, Jian is not just taking photos. He is capturing his feeling. In the studio, Jian is shooting the actress while making her pose with full confidence. He is explaining every angle properly and taking shots. Manager, seeing all this, becomes very happy because the shots are really amazing. Meanwhile, Ning comes back home with Wooju. She smiles and asks, Wooju, did you enjoy today? Will you go again tomorrow? Wooju just keeps looking at her. He says nothing. Just then, Jian also comes home. Between both, there is strange silence. They do not understand what to say. Jian asks, did you eat food? Ning says yes. Jian smiles lightly and says, you are very amazing. Ning immediately replies, you too. Then, feeling little awkward, she says, I have to wash clothes. I will come after going to bathroom. On the other hand, Jian comes into his room and starts thinking, I will have to accept all this properly. Why is she behaving so strange? Just then, the worker calls. He says the apartment work is finished. Jian just keeps saying yes. The worker says, why are you saying yes, yes? I finished the work quickly like you said. 1 month has passed. Jian gets shocked and says, what? 1 month? Okay. I will come tomorrow and see. After keeping the phone, he thinks, really 1 whole month passed. Where did so much time go? I did not even realize. Meanwhile, the 3 of them are folding clothes. Suddenly, Jian seriously says, I was serious. Whatever I told you was all true. I know you will refuse, but I wanted to say my heart, what I feel. Ning, hesitating, says, I really thought you were just mumbling. Maybe you spoke in sleep. Jian takes deep breath and says, whatever I said was true, but leave it. Let us keep things like before. At that moment, Ning sees that Wooju has spoiled her bag. She becomes little sad, but Wooju is very happy, like he did some big mischief. At night, someone comes upstairs by stairs. Just when he is about to knock the door, from inside Wooju's crying sound comes. He waits for a few seconds. Then, without knocking, he goes back. Inside, Jian and Ning together are handling Wooju. In the morning, Ning is getting ready fast because she is getting late for off. Today, also she is about to leave without eating anything. As she bends to say bye to Wooju, Jian puts a piece of bread in her mouth and says, eat while going. Ning looks at him. She says nothing and just goes outside. Outside, police officers are standing and doing some investigation. She does not understand what happened, so she moves ahead. On the other hand, Jian goes to leave Wooju at child care center. He lovingly says bye and comes back. Outside the building, all neighbors are gathered. Someone is saying, now after night, going outside is not safe. Ning's neighbor says, do not worry, I will handle it. I will catch that madman. Jian comes and asks, what is going on? Neighbor says, you do not know, last night whole building was targeted, especially where women live alone. Li Boom also says it was done with full planning. No camera could capture him. Only it is known that a man wearing cap was seen walking around at night. Jian lightly points toward neighbor's cap. Neighbor angrily removes the cap and says, tell your in-law to stay careful until that man is caught. Jian says, yes, she always comes late, so I feel worried. After this, he immediately messages Ning that a man is stalking people in cab and especially roaming near single women houses. In office, Kai, teasing, says, yes, you are messaging your in-law only, right? Tell me what happened between you two? Ning says, nothing happened. Do not make drama. Eat quietly. On the other side, Jian goes to see his new flat. He says, I feel wallpaper is not right and tiles also. Worker says everything is fine. You only told to finish fast. Jian slowly says, still there is no moisture left in pipes, right? Worker looks surprised. What do you want to say? Nothing, Jian says, but inside he is thinking house is ready, but how empty it feels. Meanwhile, Ning is returning from work. In bus, she feels sleepy and her stop passes. Here, Jian is waiting at bus stop. Why has she not come yet? He calls. Ning says, I felt little sleepy. My stop passed. Jian understands that she did not sleep properly last night. He says, I will come to pick you. Ning says, no need. I can take care of myself. I will meet in some time. I am walking. Jian says, I left Wooju at neighbor place. He is playing with other children. They will also feed him. Ning says, yes. They told me. Where are you now? Both cut the call. Meanwhile, Ning is walking. Suddenly, from behind, she hears footsteps. She slightly turns and sees a mystery man at some distance walking in same direction. Immediately, she remembers Jian's words, stay careful at night. Her heart starts beating fast. She walks first. Then she increases her speed. With shaking hands, she takes out mobile. She feels that man is coming closer to her. Just then, suddenly from front, Jian comes. Ning takes long breath. Thank God. Jian asks, what happened? She says nothing. Now I feel safe. She tells him full thing that someone was walking behind. Jian seriously says, from next time if something like this happens, you can call me. I will come immediately. Promise. Ning nods and says okay. Both start walking back together. While walking, Jian says, by the way, my apartment work is finished, but inside there is little problem with wallpaper and moisture. It will take little time, so I will stay few more days. Ning says yes, move comfortably. If you hurry, you will regret later. Jian smiles. He says that he was saying the same thing. Then suddenly, he remembers something. He takes out a pepper spray from his pocket and gives it to Ning. Ning looks at it and tells him that he has started caring a lot. Jian smiles a little and says that he has not shown that side to anyone yet, and for the people he cares about, he stays very warm. For one moment, both of them keep looking at each other. Ning starts checking the spray to see whether it is working or not. Jian says that he will try it, but by mistake, he sprays it on his own face. He starts shouting loudly. His eye is burning. Ning immediately takes him inside the house, and she takes him to the bathroom and starts washing his eye. She tells him to pour water and try to open his eye. Jian says that he cannot see anything. She tries to open his eye. Both of them are standing very close. As soon as Jian opens his eyes, he sees Ning's face in front of him. For one moment, both of them just keep looking at each other. Suddenly, Ning comes back to her senses and opens his eyes a little harder. She says that it is hurting. Jian tells her that if she opens them like that, of course, it will hurt. Ning says, why would she do it on purpose? After that, she turns to leave. Just then, her foot slips. Jian catches her. His hand stops near her neck. Both of them are standing very close. Jian helps her stand properly and asks if she is fine. She says yes and thanks him. Ning immediately goes out of the bathroom and closes the door. Outside, she says to herself, what is happening? In the next scene, in office, Ning says that they have hired a visual company for the global market project and today is their meeting. They have a big name in Korea. The door opens and Amija comes inside. Behind her, Jian also enters and Ning gets shocked. The other people start whispering and ask if they have seen him somewhere. Amija and her husband also look at each other and say yes, they have seen him. Amija jokingly says that wife. Everyone gets confused. Seojin says that they should start the meeting. In the meeting, Amija is told to take photographs because they want to show Korean culture. After that, they talk about a team dinner. Amija says that she does not like team dinner. Her husband says that he likes them very much. Meanwhile, Jian and Ning keep looking at each other. Jian gives a pen drive and says that he thought she would like this design. While going in the lift, there is an announcement of lobby floor. Seojin's secretary suddenly speaks and says that he is the same lobby boy and asks if he was same boy calling her bae that day. Everyone looks at them. Jian feels embarrassed and quickly goes out. At night, during the team dinner, the same topic starts again. Seojin's secretary asks if that means they are husband and wife. Ning says that they are not a couple. Then he asks if they are dating. She says absolutely not. She says that they are just in-laws. Someone says that in-laws do not call each other bae. Seojin speaks in between and says enough. It is their personal matter. After that, everyone starts drinking. Seojin keeps food near Ning and says that he wanted her to take care of him and keep an eye on him. Jian looks at her and then he also slides a glass of water toward Ning. Both of them are caring for her in their own ways, and meanwhile, the atmosphere keeps getting more complicated. In one way, an unspoken competition has already started between the two. On the table, everything looks normal from outside, but inside, Jian and Seojin are silently measuring each other. After that, they start talking about college days. Seojin smiles and says that they did not know that they were going to work on the same project. Ning immediately says that she did not know at all. Jian looks at Seojin and says that he knew and asks why he hid it from him. Seojin calmly says that it is not necessary to share everything. Jian replies with a slight smile and asks why not, because they even share a house and they are quite close and they have a personal relationship and he is only her supervisor. Seojin does not step back and says that he is also a family member and in-laws are not that close in relationship. Then suddenly, he leans toward Ning and says, by the way, there is something on her lip. He slowly moves his hand near her lip. At that same moment, Jian's drink falls from his hand. For 1 second, silence spreads on the table. Jian clears his throat lightly and asks if last night became a little too intense. Seojin asks what happened last night. Ning explains that by mistake, pepper spray went into his eye. Everyone gets shocked. She further tells them that in their area, a mystery man is roaming around. Seojin seriously says that she should be careful. Ning immediately adds. She tells him not to worry. Jian straightens up and says that yes, there is no need to worry because he is with her. He is about to say something more, something unnecessary, but at that exact moment, Ning kicks him hard from under the table. He reacts in pain and asks why she is doing that. Seojin is carefully watching both of them. Meanwhile, to make the atmosphere lighter, Amija's husband suddenly suggests that they should have a bowling competition. After that, everyone stands up. In the next scene, at the bowling lane, Jian and Seojin stand face to face. Several rounds take place. In the beginning, both of them are equal, but in the end, Jian wins. He looks at Seojin with a slight smile. After dinner ends, everyone starts leaving for home. Amija's husband tells Jian to come with him because there is some work at the studio. Jian says that he needs to go home. On the other hand, Seojin tells Ning to come with him. Ning pauses for a moment and says that since they are going in the same direction, it is fine. A small disappointment clearly appears on Jian's face, but Amija's husband almost pulls him and makes him sit in another taxi. In the taxi, he smiles and tells Jian that it is clearly visible from his face that his rival is very intense, tall, and handsome. Jian immediately says that there is no competition in love. The man laughs and says that in his experience, timing matters a lot. If someone misses the right moment, then the chance is gone. He tells him to look at his own example. Jian gets slightly surprised and says that he still has a chance. The man replies that they both fight exactly like a married couple, and that too in full volume. After that, Jian quietly starts looking out of the window. Meanwhile, on the other side, Seojin and Ning are standing on a bridge. The wind is blowing strongly. Suddenly, Ning feels a little dizzy, like she might vomit. Seojin tells her that in a little while fireworks will start there. Hearing this, Ning remembers that 7 years ago in college, Seojin had asked her the same thing, whether she would go to watch fireworks with him. Ning smiles slightly and says sorry that at that time she could not come with him. But today, it feels like that incomplete thing is finally getting completed. Then she pauses and says sorry again, because that day she suddenly left. The scene goes into flashback. Ning finds out that Seojin had given up his scholarship, and that same scholarship was given to her. She goes to Seojin and tells him that she is going out for a language competition, and that maybe they will not meet again, and she leaves without telling him the truth. Back in the present, Ning softly says that she could not accept his pride. At that time, he had a car, he was stable, and she was very poor. They were not a match. She had some self-respect inside her, so she made an excuse. Seojin calmly says that it is okay and that he understands. Ning looks at him and asks if he knew everything. He smiles and says yes, obviously, but he also did not say anything. He says that he was scared that if she found out the truth, she would go even further away. Ning asks in surprise if he was also scared. Seojin lightly laughs and says yes of her. For one moment, both of them look at each other and smile. Ning takes a breath of relief and says, thank God she finally told him that it was a little humiliating, but the truth came out. Seojin thanks her for telling the truth. At that same moment, fireworks start in the sky. Colorful lights fall on their faces. Both of them quietly keep looking at the sky. After some time, Seojin drops her at home and tells her to go inside. Ning starts climbing the stairs of the building. Just then, Jian calls her and asks if she has reached home. She says yes, she has just reached and is going upstairs. Ning then asks when he is leaving. Jian replies that he is leaving in just 1 minute. Meanwhile, Seojin is still standing downstairs and watching Ning as she goes upstairs. While climbing the stairs, Ning murmurs to herself, wondering if she did not lock the door of the house. Then she remembers that she did lock it. She opens the door. As soon as she steps inside, her eyes widen. All the things in the house are scattered everywhere. Suddenly, she sees a shadow. Someone is moving toward her. Ning screams loudly. Downstairs, both Jian and Seojin look up toward her floor. And with this, the episode ends right here.